how to share on Zoom so that if I'm not here, you can, I can share this. It's kind of nice to do that. It was easy I mean, it was the same as when I was doing it last week. It was the same as being here, which is it's pretty easy. But, are we live? Okay, you guys are being streamed, so talk nicely amongst yourselves.
Can you get $6 cup of coffee there?
I tell you what, you talk to your son and it'll be a
Were you guys down on your bikes the other day, Troy?
Yeah.
You can ask me that, it's not me.
Yeah, we're on the ride. It was a nice.
Did you see the ice cream boy? Did you notice the little ice cream boy? I didn't know if he was out and about at that time of day.
Oh, no, we didn't see him.
Oh, he does his little thing.
Yeah, that's what we heard. Everybody was out that day. It was a nice day. Ribs were delicious.
Yeah, kind of a specialty thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard.
Good morning. And she took advantage of Don's old pillow.
Yeah.
Bless Don.
He's still around kicking, or did he die now?
No, he's still.
When I seen him sign the cross, I thought maybe he had passed.
No.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. It is Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. It is our weekly meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And Troy, I believe it's your turn this week.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item number 2 is call for public comment. We will still allow phone calls in that will be addressed during the open part of our meeting on issues that are not on the agenda and for Our information only, excuse me, the two phone numbers are 882-6248 and 882-6297. Item number 3, conflict of interest items. Are there any on the agenda this week for the commissioners?
No.
All right, item
Nope.
number 4, action to approve the August 25th agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Gable.
Second.
Second by Van Duzen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Action to approve the minutes of the August 18th, 2020 meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Gable,
Second.
second by Johnson. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Monthly reports. Facility manager isn't here. We'll start with Jamie, emergency manager. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning. Well, August 1st of July, it seems a little bit quieter downstairs other than some training and things going on. Continue to monitor daily COVID numbers per the South Dakota Department of Health and with our local task force, COVID task force locally here for the community and the county. There's been a slight increase in the last couple of weeks as a region in our 10 county region for the state region. Totaling up numbers, yesterday's table, I show an active cases between those 10 counties of about 225. We continue to monitor and get emails and do some Teams meetings here and there per the state coordinator. We've additionally added a lot of PPE for our in case in the prep and time of need, and that's including some more masks, hand sanitizer, gloves, face shields, etc.
Jamie, on that note,
Sure.
the masks, are they the ones, the stick-on
non-
ones or?
Nope, the non-surgical, we
Okay.
went after
Okay.
actually about I think 2,000 more
Okay.
on a good buy locally.
Very good.
Actually from Office Peeps, just to have that cash supply in case a need arises.
Yep, I just wasn't sure if we're going after more of the adhesive.
They're the
ones.
flat, non-surgical 3-ply.
Okay.
Yep. Briefly worked with Natalie on policy revisions on pertaining to COVID for personnel. Kind of an active month again with the Cotton County Search and Rescue Team. We had a mutual aid call for the Dade County Sheriff's Office up there for a missing person in a recovery a couple weeks back. Had a few calls in the Hamlin area as well. Some evidence recovery and things as such, which were great team needs as far as training helped us as well. We hosted and attended at the Extension Center, a South Dakota OEM Region 2 Coordinator meeting, which is a 6-month meeting, and the focus was on a lot of use of new technology that's we're going to be using for exercises and what have you. And met some new employees and new faces that are coming out of the peer office as far as mitigation and planning strategies. Only had a couple of severe weather active month. Recently, one up north just Sunday night, early Monday morning, but didn't pertain to much. We've only had about a ½ inch of rain this month, so we're kind of becoming dry. So we got to keep that in mind. Watching yesterday's National Weather Service updates, the drought monitor still shows us as a green for the next couple of days, but I have not received the wildland fire climatologist report yet this week. I thought it was due yesterday, but when I tried to log on this morning, it doesn't show available yet.
Green is
Green is low.
low.
Yep.
So
as
maybe
far as
what we
their index.
want to do, we did have it on here, but I don't see
I
it now
think you
unless I'm
have something
missing
coming
it.
up for September 5th.
Yeah, but I mean, do
No,
we want
we-
to add the burn ban on there just in case
Section two.
possible action, just to have it on the agenda going forward for a little
Correct.
bit here?
Yep,
Okay.
things are kind of leaning towards that dry if we get some moisture this week, and there are some chances tonight, but more forecast looks like towards the weekend, maybe some chances.
Have you had
of some
any
rain.
contact with the area fire departments?
The only one I talked with was Chip, specifically pertaining to what you have coming up on the agenda.
Yep.
And he had no need for action. He signed off on it from what I've understood.
Right.
But between now and then, that could change.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if a burn ban is enacted, then those are
Yep.
no longer allowed, so that kind of
Correct.
takes care of that. So we'll get that on the agenda.
Looking at, it's very preliminary at this moment, the South Dakota OEM conference that's in Spearfish, coming up about the second week of September. We may or may not attend that. We're just kind of following what happens with, within the state and the COVID numbers and things like that. And the OEM Association is still working on that. We're a minimum number and practice of social distancing and CDC guidance pertaining to the meeting. Other than that, it's actually been relatively quiet. I had a couple of training exercises, one which was canceled. That was down in Sioux Falls due to lack of attendance. But
Very good. Anyone else have any questions for Jamie?
That's all the good
We
news.
want to do number 8.
Item number 8 is for Jamie.
Okay,
It's the LEMPG grant.
Sure.
all right. You want to, action to authorize the chair to sign the 2021 LEMPG agreement. You want to explain a little bit or?
sure, being new to that, I'm still getting used to the program, but we're working on that as we go. That's a single funded operating work plan per the state OEM office, which grants us federally and state funding 50% of our wages down in the OEM office. And they have a work plan and a series of activities that we report to on quarterly basis, which gives us the guidance and to apply for disasters, basically the phases of emergency management. Tasks and activities that are funded through this program periodically run from October 1 through September 30th yearly. So
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Gable, second by Van Duzen. Any other questions, comments?
So this is just our annual renewal.
this is our annual renewal with the
Used
state
to be
OEM
called the
office.
SLA.
Yeah, formerly known as the SLA. So now it is the Local Emergency Management Performance Grant is the wording for it.
So to go over, to say it again, it basically covers 50% of the.
In a nutshell, it
of your
provides
salaries.
50% of our wages out of our
Yeah.
Codington County EM office.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. I see our facilities manager is here, so we'll call Steve up for his report. And several other
Morning,
things.
Steve.
on the-
Morning, Steve.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Steve.
Oh, which one should I start out with? Well, we'll do weed. I have a couple of my staff has been going around, checking on any kind of compliance issues. Also, I have been going out and checking on some calls of compliance issues. Planning on doing some starting fall spraying this week on the state roads, and then we'll proceed on from there to county and townships. State Weed Commission meeting will be held at the Extension Building on September 15th in the kitchen. And we are in charge, the Northeast is in charge of the commission meeting and the tour this year. So right now in plans of getting the tour planned out, I spent a week ago or so, went out and did some preliminary spots where we're going to go to. Tomorrow morning, somebody from Department Ag is coming, and then we're going to go out and do a dry run for all the spots that we're doing. And we're doing some here in Codington County, going up into Grant and Roberts County for the tour is the plan. So.
Do you generally kind of take the same route every year, or you try to
No,
switch it
we
up?
try switching up. We try to go in different areas and stuff. I know it's been suggested we should probably try to go and get into that Aberdeen area because we cover the whole Northeast.
You got to go where the weeds are.
Got to go where the weeds are. And a lot of times what happens is also is where Paul gets plots set up for test plots too. So there is only up in the Leola area, there's a couple plots going on up there, but he has majority of the plots in this area this year. Going into actually a little bit in the West Nile, QLEX numbers are up. In fact, we pull traps bi-weekly, and the traps of yesterday, all the towns except for South Shore have showed high numbers of the QLEX. So I will be contacting them if they want to be fogged again. In fact, this is the first time actually Kranzberg has set the trap number to be fogged. So
So just for.
The
everybody's-
Culex, Tarcellus, that is the ones that potentially carry the West Nile virus.
So those- talking about mosquitoes for
Mosquitoes.
those who are watching.
Yes. I do know that Watertown has been recently, their numbers are going up. They've been fogging last 2-3 weeks in random parts. And so, and it's pretty well up in the whole part of the state.
That's weather driven, right?
It's pretty well weather driven. Culex numbers usually come in August when it gets hotter and drier. They like the little pockets of water. That's where they like to feed off of.
Stagnant water.
Stagnant water, yes. Okay, we'll go to courthouse. Right now, they're getting an office up in for the courts or the drug court area set up and so that because there was a new hire in the court services, so they're shifting office spaces around, and that should be probably put the carpet in there this week sometime, I believe, the way it sounds like. To note, in the back, the back entrance, there's asphalt that's into the entrance door of the back. There's a chunk taken out of it. I have got hold of somebody. We're going to take that out. We're going to submit that there, and that is planned, scheduled for September 4th, Friday. So to let known, the back door will probably have to be closed. We will get out publicly an email noting that that door will be closed on that Friday.
And the reason for that
Is the reason for it is because it's a liability issue if somebody gets trips on that chunk tore out there. So.
no, I mean, on the 4th is because we have our.
Oh,
long
and then
weekend.
we have a long weekend. Oh, yeah. Yes, a long weekend so that
Let's not talk
Smith
about
can
that.
cure.
So hopefully it'll be
Yep.
good to go when
Oh,
we
yeah, it should be
resume.
good to go, resume
next
on
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes. Bum. All right, Park has been pretty well full or nearly full every weekend since Memorial Day. I'm gonna give a little bit off of what they had given JT and stuff. Compared to August 17th of 2019, it was 52.7 cents booking occupied. Compared to this year of the same date, it's 60.2%. So the booking and reservations have been up pretty decent. And, you know, a lot of it is due to the weather. COVID has really struck that into, you know, a lot of people want to get out, camp and stuff like that. So that is really a couple big encouragements for the camping. All right, extension building. Of course, extension building is pretty slow. Not a lot of activities. There are some auctions going on now. And then achievement days, according to staff, they said the achievement days was probably the slowest they've ever had achievement days. Really quiet. And then going into, I have on the agenda already in here, and so they had about putting some flooring, taking out some tile and putting some epoxy flooring in the kitchen this coming here fall, if approved.
That, the flooring is in there now, that tile was asbestos tile.
Yes, the tile in the kitchen is asbestos tile, had it sampled, so yeah, which creates probably a little bit higher issue of removal cost
Yeah.
and stuff, so.
Steve, I did have a call this week from an auctioneer and had been told that the only way they could have an auction out there is if everyone that was mandatory had a mask. And I said, I hope I didn't speak out of turn. I said, this is new to me. I didn't know anything about this. I said, we certainly recommend they wear a mask, but it's not mandatory. And I don't know who got that message to them.
I have no clue who got that message to them.
I will speak to that. I think there was some miscommunication. That was never the intent because we don't have that in any of our other facilities. It is just recommended and encouraged, and that's as far as it goes. It's
Right.
personal preference. So
Right. I would say if anything, if an auctioneer wants to require it,
Sure.
then it's a
Yeah.
different situation.
And that's
Who's
their
ever
own,
holding.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's their own deal. They can make their own rules as far as
Right.
how they're going to do it, but in our facilities, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not
Not the
aware of
case.
it, and
No,
I don't
there
know
isn't.
how
So
it got, so.
Just to kind of reiterate, so we're still in phase two, which, you know, is social distancing.
Right.
Mask recommended in our facility. So that applies to extension center. I got the same phone call this
Yeah.
weekend too.
And so did I,
Yeah.
so it's all straight
We
now,
do
I
have
think.
our banners in place.
Yeah.
Yes, banners are in place out there.
So,
I think that's what I have for a report. Anybody have any questions other?
No.
Okay,
nothing. All righty, so let's move on then to number 7. Action to approve flooring projects at the Extension Center Complex and Memorial Park as budgeted.
of course, as you know, I said that there's asbestos in there. Had to go and had that tested here a while back. Of course, with it, because of the containment and removal, ends up getting kind of pricey and so that. And with the removal of the tile in the kitchen and also hallway comes to be $7,697.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Got a motion,
Well,
Gabe?
Second.
Okay,
Go.
but there's a second portion.
There's second portion.
There's removal and then there
And then-
is the rest of the project is on the
Right.
second page.
This is just.
That's just
That's
the
just removal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead.
For the epoxy in the lunchroom and north hallway, comes to be, get my figures here, didn't add them up here.
Close to 16,000.
Close to 16,000, yeah, 15,700 and, yep, 760, or
Okay, so
$5.60.
Yeah, 60 cents.
I'll make a motion to approve it. and we
Wait.
can discuss it.
And then
That's project 1.
Yeah,
There's
project 2.
And then project 3.
project 3.
See, I can see them on here.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Project, just to let you know, there's a project 3 of a lump sum. That's actually not supposed to be included. It was a piece that was never finished in the office there. He says that's not to be charged. That's in with the price of the hall in the Compesca Hall. And so in the Compesca Hall, there's some restrooms in there and there's no stalls in there at the present time. If there were stalls put in, they'd have to be removed to put the epoxy in. So my recommendation is to get that, and then I'll see how far we are for budget on that for getting stalls in that facility.
So the cost to remove the asbestos is $7,697. That's being handled by a different company,
Mhm.
Advanced Health, Safety and Security. And then Pro Maintenance has provided the quote for the floor projects in the extension, which come at $16,515.60. And then the Memorial Park portion is $2,990.40. Is that right?
It'll be
That's what it says.
15,700.
Is that pro
You said
maintenance?
500. Yeah, pro maintenance.
Yeah. Said you said 16.
15,705.60,
Yep.
correct?
Oh,
Yep,
15,000.
Yep.
15,705.60. Okay,
Is this money that we have in the budget?
This is budgeted items and stuff, so.
Is this the same company that did the previous work?
This is the one that did the previous work. This is the one that did the work also into the garages, for the floor in the garage, because they were having problems with the issue of leaking and some of that water. Yes.
And they do say in their quote that
there's.
they
a
won't do anything
requirement, right?
until they know the asbestos has been removed by a certified company.
Yep.
Okay.
Typically, these guys will remove tile, but being it's asbestos, they're not equipped and qualified to remove that.
So now I'll make a motion to approve.
What is your motion, Mr.?
That we approve these.
The whole
these-
project.
The whole project.
All
So
right.
there's- So actually, it's a series of small projects. isn't it?
And I second the whole project.
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion by Gable, second by Waterman. Any other discussion?
Just to emphasize the fact that it's a budgeted item.
Yes.
So,
How is that line in that budget. I mean, I'm sure we're fine, but I
Yeah,
just want to
the
make sure.
extension
that-
one is fine. The other one is, there's nothing been pulled from the other one yet
Okay.
for improvement projects and stuff, so.
Steve
Pro
got it?
Maintenance is a company out of Hutchinson, Minnesota.
Yep.
And I'm sure that the reason for that is because they've had the bids in the past.
They've had the bids in the past. Actually, the salesman is from the local area for this company.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so,
You know, just so people, our constituents know that we're not ignoring our local
no,
people that do that, because we do have quite a few flooring people in town here.
mhm.
Did you want to go ahead and vote on it while Cindy's looking? You want to know first?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I was just curious. So.
Okay.
Yep.
So if there's no other discussion, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, that motion carries. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
I think we're good with you on the rest of it, so
Mhm.
enjoy your day.
Steve, what line item is that coming out of in the, like the ag building? Do you know? Is it capital improvements?
I believe so. I'd have to double check.
Or, no, let's see, that's,
There was a capital improvements to do the flooring. and
yeah.
stuff like
So there's
that.
$48,000 budgeted at the ag building and none of it's been spent. And then we'll look at the park too. Okay. Okay.
It's quite a
Because
bit.
they'll come out of two different ones. so the
Yes, two
total
different
amount-
budgets. Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, nothing's 18,200 and nothing's been spent out of that one at the park either. So
Have we heard, is the sheriff's?
the sheriff is unavailable today.
Okay, so are we going to handle the other things that are on here that would be in relation to, well,
All right,
Bryce Lawrence.
number 9 can be removed because I did finally find in the minutes where we approved a roster and this gentleman's name was on it. I just wanted to make sure we were covered, so that can be, the law enforcement reserve can be pulled from the, and then I guess Ann.
and I wondered if
Is-
she's coming in. I'm guessing she would. I seen her this morning.
Yep,
So should we just move on then, and then when she comes, we'll come back to it?
sure.
Does that sound all right? All right, let's get our highway superintendent up here, Rick, and we will do item number 11, which is action to approve a notice to bidders for the County Road 82, 168th Street grade raised project. You want to do a little explanation on that?
Good morning.
Good morning.
This section of road we built up last year, roughly 2.5 feet. This spring it was underwater. It's currently still closed. The road is partially out of the water. There's still a few bomb holes in it, but I'd like to raise it 4 feet because the west end of the road where the feedlot is got destroyed this spring. We're still working on that. And if we get snow or runoff in the spring, they'll be compromised on where they can get out. That's right now, currently, they can only go west to get out. So we need to build this up to make sure that everybody can get out.
And
Make a
fix.
motion to approve.
All right, got a motion by Gable,
Second.
second by Van Duzen. Any other questions, comments for Rick?
So this is just a notice to bidders at this
Yes.
point.
Mhm.
And then bid will be, or come in the 8th of September.
Correct.
We'll be handling that at that meeting then,
Yep, Clark Engineering is handling
the bid
all the stuff,
process.
so.
All right. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Very
Rick.
good. Thanks, Rick. Ann is here, so we'll have her come up and explain her item, which is number 10, action to approve a multi-phase scanning project in the Register of Deeds office as budgeted.
The whole
All
book
right,
here.
good morning. Yeah, it is a book.
Good morning, Ann.
It's a good book.
Good morning, Ann.
I'm requesting if you can see, I don't even know if these are paged. Page 15 of that, very last page it probably is.
The last page of the quote.
Oh, you want the quote one?
The one that says 193, 471, 71.
That's the one.
The bottom line,
Yep.
This one,
Nope.
next one.
It does say up
Very
in the corner,
last,
15
very
and
last,
15.
it's 15. One more.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, one more. Okay. There you
There you
go.
go.
Okay.
there.
So you can see I've kind of checked off because they do it in stages. There's stage 1, 2, and 3. Based on what I have saved up in the M&P fund, which Cindy gave me the balance as of the 31st of July, it was $154,860.80. So in looking at that, basically that first one, except for our Aperture cards, they would do off-site. They would have their scanners here to do all the rest that we have in our office. And they work on a 24-hour scanning. So we're kind of requesting that they would be able to set up in the basement to do that. And then stage 2, they inspect, duplicate, double group, index. One thing that's nice with this, we will get a software that we're able to access these records right away while they're working through the process. So what they have scanned, we'd still be able to make copies of and to do things with. Due to the amount of money that's in there, we can break it down into however, we want to do that. So I kind of basically have checked everything in stage 1 and 2. And then definitely stage 3 to have them go on and do the plats that they would enhance those images. So stage 3 is basically where they're enhancing the poor quality documents. And so at this point, I think the most important would be the plats, and then as we have the funds, we could go on and do the next ones that we feel are more important, because basically some of it is just going to be for backup. We're not going to be accessing 40-year-old mortgages as much, but you still,
At least they're
to
gonna be
preserve those
preserved.
records. Yeah. And the other nice thing is they keep the images off-site. So that's like another backup off-site for us.
In case something
I'd
happens.
make a motion to approve this.
Motion McGable. Do I have a second? I'll second that motion.
So it's just to emphasize, so it's budgeted.
Yep.
I know it looks like a kind of a lot of money. But this is the way of the future in documents.
And there's
So-
background to the money if you want to just.
Well, and that's the thing.
Yeah, with the money, this was set up, we went through legislation to set up fees within our recording fees for this modernization preservation fund. So basically $5 of every recording goes into this. $3 stays with each county, $2 gets sent into the state. At the end of our year, that's dispersed amongst the 66 counties. We each get an equal amount, and I think it was like 5,000 something
something,
this
right?
year
Mhm.
that we got back from the
received it.
state.
Yeah.
So it,
And it's its own fund.
Yeah.
It is not part of the general fund. It is not levied money. It
It's
is
kinda like a law
self-assist-
library,
It's
kinda like that.
self-sustaining, yes.
Yeah.
It's like the law library. It's a self-sustaining fund, and Ann has been banking it since we were allowed to collect it for this specific project.
So how much, does that cover this entire amount, or is it,
No.
So I've got $150,786.77 when I add
so
up,
yeah,
when I add up the things on your page 15.
right. We still have
And
like
there
4,000 left.
are over 100 and, there's about $155,000 in that fund.
I'm sorry, say that number again?
155,000 in that fund.
And this is basically the way we're obligated to spend that money.
Yes,
So-
exactly.
That's the only thing. And being a former register of deeds, I highly recommend that this is done, because the importance of those documents being preserved is
Right.
vital. So
And then one thing that this can lead into, with our software now, they've got an iDoc market, where at some point we'll be able to have our documents online, basically
For public.
people can,
Yeah.
prescribe, subscribe
Yeah, subscribe to it.
to that, to get that, they wouldn't have to come into our office, and with everything going on, that's kind of where you're
Well,
moving towards anyhow, but
So you got more security, you got efficiency. And then, and then it's integrated with the way, because most of the future documents are
Right.
going to be digital. So,
Right.
so this kind of integrates the old. with the new.
Preservation.
Yep,
So-
yep.
Just for clarification, Cindy, maybe it's just me that, okay, it looks to me like we're still $40,000 short.
No,
On
because
this
in,
lot.
in site, in the stage 3, we're only doing that one portion of $647.75.
Okay.
If, when the fund gets built back up, then Ann will have
Okay.
the
Go back
ability to
and
go
do
back
this.
and pick up those other items.
Is
Is that your plan?
Would it be less expensive if we did it all now and supplemented this so that we could get it done and then repay the fund or,
I don't really think it's going to be that huge a cost saving. I don't think it's going
I
to,
just was wondering if they're here doing it,
well, that part of it, they
They're
don't
gonna
do
do all-
here.
they won't be
Stage
here.
1 is the one that
Yeah,
they
okay.
do all of
All right.
that here. With the other ones, like I said, going in, I mean, that's still going to be probably better quality than we have even prior to them doing that stage 3.
Mhm.
So, if we're not doing the 1800s to the 1939 to make sure they're crystal clear documents, that might be something that we don't even have to do depending on what they look like.
And depending on as you go, how often do you pull those? So-
Right.
And you'll find that out as you go.
Yep.
Question, Ann.
Yep.
How is this gonna be handled in the future? I mean, how do they keep this up to date?
They won't have to because we scan ourselves now.
Okay.
Since
So
2001,
This is a
we've been
catch-up
scanning.
program
Yeah, this is to go back to do the stuff
from day one to, and
till we
then from
started
here
scanning.
on forward, we'll have the equipment to.
Yeah, which since 2001, we have been scanning,
Okay.
so,
You mentioned 24-hour.
yes.
How is that going to work?
That's the other question. I mean, this is what this company does. This is the only thing they do is go and do this type of thing. She said they can provide us, the people will be here, they work 7 to 7 shifts. They will provide us with background checks on the people that are here. So basically having access to come, to be in here on the off hours, how we want to handle that.
Steve, our facility manager too, might want to be part of this
And the sheriff, I
discussion.
think the sheriff should be,
Yeah,
just for the security of the
Right.
courthouse, so.
is that something we need to decide right today, or maybe have those conversations with Steve and Brad and see if we can come up with something?
Talk later on that. I'm sure that, background checks and, I got staff that start coming in early in the morning. So there'll be a time wall, there won't be much.
Because
You
the
know,
rest of
and-
the courthouse is locked down, basically.
Right.
They wouldn't have access to anything other than the basement.
Well, and they would have, they'd have to have to my office because if they're,
Right.
going between here to
Right,
bring
but
the
that-
records down there to scan.
Basement, elevator, and
Yep.
office, more or less,
Right.
and access to the door.
Right.
And that would be basically right now with the file system that can be set up.
That can be controlled, yeah.
Because basically, if we don't allow the 24 hours, it's going to be more spending.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it will take them longer and
Yeah.
they'll have more staff at
Yeah.
different, okay.
Yep.
Well, we'll work those logistics out. It sounds like it's probably very.
I would say
doable.
it's a goal and we'll work out the details.
Wonderful. Appreciate it. Thank
Would you
you.
need to vote?
Yeah, we need to vote yet. So any other discussion?
Is there anything that Brenda needs to sign, or is it all?
I
didn't,
I didn't check with her on that last page. I think it's just basically me signing, accepting it.
okay.
Mhm.
All right. Nothing else to discuss? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Get those documents preserved. All right, then we will move on to item number 12, action to approve an application to discharge fireworks. I don't know who wants to, I guess we have the information in the packet. Looks like September 5th. It's for a wedding in Henry. Like I said, if we do approve this, if a burn ban is put in place, then that is no longer allowed. So what's your wishes?
Make a motion to approve it.
Okay,
I
got a
would
motion
second
by
that.
Gable, second by Waterman. Any other discussion?
There was a map also to show the location of it.
Yeah, there it is.
Right. Yep.
had a bullseye.
So we put a burn ban on and that becomes invalid. Whose job is it to notify them and make sure that doesn't happen?
Somebody needs to, yeah, we'll figure that out. I'm not sure that we've ever probably had that happen before. Maybe Jamie.
Has this been included before? I don't remember it if it has been, but I see there's a copy of insurance liability.
No, normally they don't provide that, but it's just as well.
We'll
Yeah.
take it.
It's,
Yep.
It's nice
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
go
I mean,
to
I
great
thought That was
detail.
very, very, very complete.
yes, yes.
So, and just so people know that these get the approval of the fire marshal as well
Yep.
from Watertown, so.
This property is located in the Watertown Fire District.
It's a private show. All right, any other
And it's
discussion?
scheduled
some
for
September
September
5th.
5th. We do have a motion
Got a
and a
motion and a
second.
second. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. All right, item number 13, action on a request to use the West Courthouse grounds for a candlelight vigil. The individual is here if you'd want to come up and explain. And I think I might just mention, I don't think this needs action. I think it's just more awareness, so we won't need to take action on it, but we'll let you explain what you're
Yeah,
planning.
obviously pedophilia and child sex trafficking is a big issue. I mean, we just had 2 people here convicted or indicted on federal child pornography charges here in Codington County a couple days ago. It's a big issue and it's coming to light more. And, I think it's something that everybody can get behind, that children should not come to harm. So I'd just like to get the west side of the courthouse lawn September 12th from around 7:30 to 9. So right around when the sun starts setting, just until it gets dark, to hold a candlelight vigil. And, maybe if anyone wants to say anything, they can. So,
Can you say what your name is? So we,
Tyler Urban, URBAN.
thank you.
And this will be a peaceful sort of thing.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
we don't have to worry about property or anything like
We need
that.
a motion on this.
No, we're not going to do, it's just more on awareness. We won't take action
All
on it.
right.
Just for future reference, so say if you get 2 groups that want to use the same part of the courthouse lawn, I mean, we do approve weddings and things like that. So, I mean, it's public ground,
Yeah.
free speech and all that, but I mean, we just need to know.
Yeah, this is,
Just a
it's same
notification,
thing as
okay.
like National Night Out when they're using it. We're going to handle it the same as that.
But we do a motion for that.
I would make a motion.
Maybe we should have a motion to authorize the,
Well, and that, but
I
we might
guess I
want to,
talked to the sheriff and he didn't know it might be better, just more on awareness sort of.
well, why don't we, Madam Chair, if I could suggest like we can go ahead and approve it now and then maybe set a policy where, we kind of want to schedule these things though, if they, so we don't have conflicts and things.
I mean, you want to make sure that he knows he's authorized to be
Right.
there in case somebody else comes in who's not authorized, I guess. I'm not sure if there'd ever be a conflict or not.
It creates a trail, right, Lee?
Yeah, for now. I mean, and then if we want to set a policy where we do something, where we
I
do
think
it
that's
Yeah,
probably
I mean,
something we
you
want to
know,
probably do.
September 12th isn't like a hard date. If you guys got to kick it down the road or even bump it up, I'm not going to be too offended if something else pops up.
You're the
No,
only one to
there's-
request that date that we're aware of right
No,
now.
yeah, there's
so,
nothing.
I mean,
No, there's
it
nothing.
shouldn't be a
There's nothing,
problem.
that's fine.
Is there any need for any security or anything?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I've talked with Brad Howell. He was the first contact I made and he told me to come speak with you guys. But if you guys would want the sheriff's deputies or the police officers there for security, I'm more than welcome to work with them.
I don't know, in this day and age, these are questions that we're kind of out in limbo too, Do we need security or?
No, I think that's up to the individual that's having the event to provide that. And then that is a separate cost because you'd be hiring law enforcement for that. It wouldn't be on the county or the city to provide that since it's a private event. So my recommendation is that we take action on this. I would make a motion to approve it, that event.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second, but since we don't have really policy at this point, and we will work on that. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Opposed, that motion
Would you
carries.
guys want me to leave my number with you in case you needed to
Yep.
contact
That would be
me?
great.
Yeah, please
Here.
do. Yeah.
Jot that on here.
Thank you, sir.
We'll give that to Cindy and you can put that in the minutes. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for at least making us aware of it. We appreciate that.
Did we vote? Did we vote?
Yeah, we voted, didn't we? Pretty
Should we
sure.
go back
All in
and
favor,
forth?
say aye.
Aye. We voted again.
There we go.
All right.
We can go back.
She'll
and
know
look at-
on
we can
the,
look at
she'll
tape.
find out when we,
We can
at
look
the
at
end.
tape.
Item number 14, note intent to hold a raffle game of chance by the Waverly South Shore basketball
So
teams.
moved.
There's no action
No,
needed
just-
on this. The
All
board
right,
just,
just
yep.
notification. Yeah.
It's an
The
information.
Waverly South Shore School did this last year. We just noted in the minutes that we were made aware of it. So we are not required to take action on it.
Very good. All right. Luke is on, I see, and we move on to item number 15, action to approve the Barrett plat resolution. Good morning, Luke. Well,
Good morning, commissioners.
Morning, Luke.
Morning, Luke.
I have, as you've shown, I have the plat. I gotta pull it up on my computer too. The plat of Barrett Edition in the northwest quarter, section 25 in Rawville Township. But this is half a mile east on 164th Street. That's County Road 6. Half a mile east of the intersection with Sioux Conifer Road. Also, anyone who knows much about Codington County knows where the casino is on that intersection. And this again is a half mile east of that. You can see on this map here that this is over the Wellhead Protection District, as was on that last slide. It really doesn't affect this request. However, I showed it just for a point of reference. There was not a request to increase density or to have like two houses in this quarter section. It's not to say they couldn't. However, at this time, that's not their plan. This plat is just a continuing obligation in order to obtain that farmstead exemption. You can see that small square in this photo indicates the area that they're doing. You can see it's just a square that goes around where the trees are planted. And the intent is just to sell this to one of the children of the farm owner. That was the site of a farmstead. And so the board did approve it conditional upon this plat being recorded. And then the planning commission recommended approval of this plat at its last meeting.
Move to approve.
motion by
Second.
Johnson, second by Waterman. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. All right, we move on to item number 16. This is the first reading of ordinance number 71. We already held the public hearing. So Luke, if you want to go ahead and do that as well.
Sure, I will do that. As the commissioner noted, we did hold public hearing in previous meeting, joint public hearing with the planning commission and county commission. So we are on ordinance number 71, an ordinance entitled an ordinance amending Article 2 definitions, Chapter 3.04 Agricultural District of Article 3 District Regulations, and adding Chapter 5.33 Solar Energy Systems of Article 5 General Provisions and Ordinance, of Ordinance 65 and Ordinance amending Ordinance 15, an ordinance establishing comprehensive zoning regulations for Codington County, South Dakota, and providing for the administration, enforcement, and amendment thereof pursuant to SECL 11-2, 1967, and amendments thereof, and for the repeal of all resolutions and or ordinances in conflict herewith. And that's the first reading. I will point out, I only highlight the in yellow. That's just for dramatic effect to point out those are the nuts and bolts of what we're adding right there.
All right,
So
very good. And then in 2 weeks, we'll do the second reading and adoption. Is that correct? Or what's the
That's
time
correct.
frame?
that's
All right.
correct. We'll plan 2 weeks and we'll do second reading and adoption then.
Very
And-
good.
And if anybody has any questions, any of the commissioners, go ahead and bring them at that time. However, I appreciate kind of a heads up if you get any concerns.
All right, very good.
Thank you,
We'll
Luke.
move on. Thanks,
Thank
Luke.
you all.
Thanks, Luke. Have a good day.
You
Item
too.
number 17, action to approve claims for payment. We had you here and on this sheet of paper.
We have our normal payroll claims for August, and then we have our Visa Reliabank credit card claims that we pay to avoid finance charges. So 2 separate motions. Let's do payroll first. August payroll, the total amount is $153.80. And you can see the step increases that you have approved in the last month are listed here separately.
All right.
So moved.
Motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Van Duzen. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Now the other
And
ones.
then we have the Visa Relia Bank. The first one is for the auditor's office for $172, and that is my subscription renewal for the Watertown Public Opinion for a year. Register of Deeds had a charge of $17.07. These are all Visa Relia Bank, and that is for some office supplies. Sheriff's Office had 2,000, Sheriff's and Detention Center, $2,026 for miscellaneous travel and supplies for that office. Just seeing what there is in here. Most of it is training and conference for that office. And some kind of badges that were also purchased. The last one is for the Emergency Management Office. It's $3.98, and that was just for miscellaneous office supplies from Menards.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. All right, item number 19, action to approve automatic budget supplements. Anything?
Nothing today for 19, 20, or 21.
All right.
Did you want to skip 18? I didn't have anything, but you,
Oh, okay, yeah. Any COVID
no,
procedures?
just what we talked about for the
Yeah.
extension center already, so
All right.
that's not really anything to change.
Perfect. All right. Number 22, possible quorum. We do have the SDACC convention in Sioux Falls, September 14th through the 15th. That at this point, it is still a go. And the Behavioral Justice Working Group, August 28th at 2 p.m.
Behavioral health and justice working groups. We'll get it.
Get specific on that,
Just
Gable.
Yeah, so yeah, that's this Friday gonna be here, and Zoom will be available, so I'll probably send out the agenda for that
I
today.
just sat through a conference last week. That's why I'm saying behavioral health.
Yeah, that's what it is. Behavioral, yeah, it just on the agenda, it's missing a word, so it's behavioral health and justice working group.
Okay, so I was accurate then.
No, you were. No, you were.
Okay.
Stepping up.
No, you just have to add justice. Never mind. Anyway.
All right, any other
We get what you.
notes that we need to add that we could have a quorum of us? Can anyone think of anything at this point? All right, if not, item number 23, old business. Do we have any old business?
Just on that, we're talking about commissioner's budget, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a look at that at all? I put,
It was up on budget review, I suppose. We can go-
No, that's just anybody's. I've already submitted it to the paper, so I had to get it published. So any changes to it, you'll have to do
September.
Okay.
when we have our hearings in September.
okay.
Yeah, I had to get it to the
Right,
newspapers and publish, so.
So
yeah.
Right,
just, so yeah, what the things we're talking about were the managed services.
Right.
Wage study, maybe a justice study, and then we had been talking also about case management and the welfare office, helping them with that. So those are the ones that come to mind.
Right.
Okay.
all right. Any other old business? How about new business, number 24? No new business, anything for the open? Any,
You will have, your next meeting is Tuesday, September 1st, and that is the first day that we will hold a public hearing for the 2021 budget. And we will hold a public hearing every Tuesday until the adoption on the last Tuesday in September.
and we won't have the meeting that September 15th.
Correct.
So we'll skip that week and then we'll have it the other 4. That's the conference week.
So yeah, at every meeting, you will ask if there are any comments from the public on the budget, and normally there are none.
Right, and at any point, we can add comments as a commission as well.
The
if there's
board
any
can take
changes.
action
So-
at any meeting in September to
Make any
change
changes.
anything on the provisional budget. And it does need to be in place by the last Tuesday in
Yeah.
September.
Now
So-
it's done the drill before.
Yep.
Okay. What are you laughing about?
I'm usually the one that has the changes, so I know that.
Okay. Do we have a need for executive session?
I think we do.
We do. Okay. Then I would ask under what? Personnel. Okay, so I would ask for a motion to go into executive session under personnel issues.
So will there be any,
That's,
anything after the,
is there gonna be any outcome? No. Okay, contracts and personnel. Okay, both. So we have got a motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. We're in executive session then under those two items.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you, Cindy. Did you get our thank you?